All right, it's 11:01 on March 18th, another Wednesday. Oof. And I'm tired. But I'll have to make this one a short one. It's just like I said, it's 11. Oof. But I think today's one is going to be about popularity. So, people a lot of the time tend to chase this high of being popular, being, you know, whatever. They like being the center of attention. They like being this person who everyone can know, everyone can be, you know, I don't want to say idolized, but, they're this person who is well known. And I think people tend to sacrifice a lot of their being just for this sense of popularity, especially in high school or any school. Um, you usually see popular kids as people who are loud, people who are, very basic. Usually, if you're popular, you're kind of just a whatever. You're someone who can relate to most people, and you're just the loudest of those people. I mean, popularity doesn't really mean anything other than you're well known. I'm not popular, I guess. I don't know a lot of people, but I think it's a better thing to not be popular, to not be this person who everyone can relate to. I think being your own person and, being that weird kid, being the unpopular, no one wants, or not really no one, but like being the unpopular person that isn't really, no, like you don't get all the ton of the girls, you don't get a ton of attention, just being your own person and being different from the crowd. I feel like that is the best thing. I've enjoyed it at least, and I think that's where that's what I look for in people, is people who aren't really basic. They aren't popular. They aren't whatever. It's just, but this popularity, it's like a plague to a lot of people. Your popularity, you know more people, and usually popular people tend to be bad people. Especially, the people I know who are popular. I mean, they'll go out and they'll vape or they'll smoke or they'll do all these drugs or whatever. And it's like all because you're chasing this popularity high and you want to keep your status, that you're trying to act cool or whatever. And it's such a bad thing, especially at these younger ages, where it's like, people think popularity matters so much when it really doesn't. After whatever stage of your life, this popularity will die down, and it, like, everyone will forget about you. So why be popular now and be fake to yourself and do all these horrible things whenever you can just be a little bit unknown, have your small little circle and just be yourself. People really tend to overlook the fact that you can be your own person, that this popularity, being well known, having a lot of friends, that doesn't mean anything. What really matters most is being yourself, being true, and being smart, and also, but finding people who are true. Popular people have many, many fake friends that will just go away. There isn't really a connection there. People who have small circles tend to have the closest bonds because that's all you know. And, why would you need 15 other people whenever you can just have the worth of those 15 people be in one person? Chase being a good person. Chase being truthful to yourself. Don't chase a popularity because, people will think better of you. I mean, a reference, you think of Stranger Things. Lucas, he tried to be popular. He was tired of being a weird kid, but he went and hung out with these basketball kids, and they like the popular kids, and he hated it. And that's popularity, being popular isn't meant for everyone. And I think the best kinds of people are the ones who aren't popular, the ones who no one decides to choose, the one that no one does this. Those are usually the best people to be friends with. They're the most realist. They're the least fake. They don't talk behind your back. They don't do these things. But unpopular people, unless there's like a big reason, of course, we all know those kinds of people where it's like, oh, they've done something that makes them popularly unpopular, I guess. like just no one would yeah, you know what I mean. But you know, eh, the kids who haven't done anything and are just unpopular because they're shy, but it's like just talk to those people. They're most of the time they are great people with great personalities. They might just be a little shy. They might just, not look like, looks maxers, these popular kids who pour every ounce of their being into looking the best popular way, or the best way that they can to keep this popular, whatever. It's those are the kinds of people that you will meet that are the truest to you. And I will forever think that the unique person, the unpopular person, those are always the best kinds of people, especially because I am one of those people, and especially because all my friends are those people. I've met people who are unpopular, and I've met people who are popular. I have friends of both, and I can for sure say that the people who don't chase this popular high are always the better people. Always. Yeah. But I got to make this a short one today, but I think I've pretty much said everything that I need to. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Mulu. Peace.